You're about to spend weeks running performance reviews that 86% of employees will forget the moment they close the tab. And that's not because they don't care. It's because most performance management systems reduce feedback to a once-a-year checkbook exercise instead of an ongoing conversation. That's why in this video, we're breaking down 7 of the best performance management software platforms on the market. We'll look at what each one does well, where it falls short, and which ones actually help managers coach better, engage employees, and turn reviews into real growth. I'm Alan, and at ProProf's Performance Academy, we've worked with HR leaders at over 2,000 companies and have helped 4 million plus employees, the exact audience evaluating HR performance management software for spreadsheets that don't scale, reviews nobody reads, and goals that go stale the week after they're set. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which platform fixes that for your team. Smash subscribe so you don't miss it. Let's get into it. PeopleGoal, best fully customizable platform for performance reviews, OKRs, and employee development. Let's start with the platform that keeps showing up at the top of every serious comparison list for a reason, PeopleGoal. Most performance tools treat goals, feedback, and engagement as separate boxes to check. PeopleGoal builds them into the same workplace. So a manager running a review cycle can see an employee's OKR progress, their last 3 one-on-one notes, and their most recent pulse survey response without switching tabs.
It also uses AI to turn a manager's raw notes into a clear, bias-checked review draft in a fraction of the time it would normally take.
For HR teams managing anywhere from 50 to 5,000 people, that unified context is what actually makes performance conversations useful instead of performative. The engine behind it is the App Store, a no-code framework that lets HR design entirely custom workflows, from OKRs and SMART goals to 360-degree reviews with configurable anonymity and weighted rater groups, without waiting on an engineering team.
You can even describe the HR process you need in plain English, and AI puts together the workflow, forms, and approvals for you.
Built-in calibration tools reduce rating bias across managers. Cascading goal visualization shows how individual work ladders up to a company strategy. And real-time dashboards break down completion and engagement by department, team, or employee. It also covers the full employee lifecycle, onboarding, absence tracking, asset management. So performance data lives next to the rest of the HR picture, not in a silo. Native integrations with BambooHR, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Workday, and Azure AD means it slots into whatever stack you're already running. And single sign-on plus enterprise-grade encryption keeps it compliant for regulated industries.
There's also AI-assisted support that answers employee questions on policies, benefits, and review rubrics instantly, any time of day.
And the results speak for themselves. Forney Corporation used PeopleGoal to hit 100% employee participation in their performance review cycle, something spreadsheets and email chains had never come close to.
PeopleGoal is also a part of ProProf's People Development Suite, built for teams that want learning, feedback, and growth working together instead of living in separate tools. Alongside PeopleGoal for goals and reviews, the suite brings in Training Maker and Quiz Maker for building employee skills, Knowledge Base for self-paced learning, Survey Maker for gathering employee feedback, and Webinar Ninja for live coaching sessions. So performance data, training, and engagement all sit under one roof.
But not every team needs this much flexibility. Some just want HR software that's easy to roll out and easy to learn. That's where the next platform built its reputation, though its simplicity comes with a trade-off. BambooHR, best for simple all-in-one HR for small and mid-sized teams. BambooHR builds its reputation on one thing, making HR feel less like HR. With over 30,000 customers, it centralizes employee records, hiring, onboarding, time off, and basic performance reviews into one clean, genuinely easy-to-navigate system. The kind 5-person HR teams can run without a manual. Its performance module covers self-assessments, peer feedback, and manager evaluations. With review cycles you can run annually, semi-annually, or quarterly. Plus, informal 30, 60, 90-day check-ins for new hires. A newer AI assistant, Ask BambooHR, answers employee policy questions automatically, cutting down on routine HR emails. The catch shows up once performance becomes a strategic priority rather than a checkbox. BambooHR's review tools don't support continuous feedback loops or real OKR tracking. So, fast growing teams that want performance to be an ongoing conversation, not an annual event, tend to outgrow it. It's an excellent HRIS with performance features bolted on, not a dedicated performance platform. But the moment performance becomes a strategic advantage instead of a yearly checkbook, teams tend to outgrow it. That's exactly where the next platform steps in. Lattice, best for enterprise scale performance management with deep analytics. Lattice has become the default choice for HR teams at fast-moving tech and mid-market companies that need performance management to hold up across hundreds or thousands of employees. It pulls reviews, OKR cascading, continuous feedback, engagement surveys, and even compensation planning into one analytics layer. And its review customization tools are genuinely best in class. One customer reported review completion rates jumping from 60% to 95% in a single cycle after switching. It's polished, Slack and Microsoft Teams integrations make recognition feel natural. And 4,500 plus organizations trust it enough to make it a G2 Best Performance Award winner. The trade-off is weight and cost. Lattice requires real setup time. Workflows, review cycles, and templates all need configuring before the platform delivers value. And several reviewers describe a genuine learning curve for admins. Pricing starts around $11 per user per month, with an annual minimum spend that can price out smaller teams. And the platform only handles performance. You'll still need a separate core HRIS alongside it. If Lattice feels like more platform than you actually need, don't decide yet. The next option strips things back into focusing almost entirely on OKRs. And that changes the experience more than you'd expect. Quick gut check before we go further. If you're already thinking, I just need reviews, not a whole HR suite, the next two tools are built for you. Watch how they differ. PeopleBox, best for OKR-driven goal alignment for fast-scaling teams. PeopleBox is built for one job: keeping OKRs from turning into a spreadsheet nobody updates. It unifies goal setting, performance reviews, pulse surveys, and one-on-one meeting management with auto-generated agendas. And its native integrations with Jira, Salesforce, and HubSpot mean OKR progress can pull directly from the tools your team already works in. No manual chasing required. Companies like Disney and Razorpay use it specifically for that reason. Real-time visibility into whether strategic goals are actually moving, not just recorded. Where it shows some rough edges. A handful of reviewers note the platform can feel cluttered once you're tracking a lot of goals and fields at once. And while the interface is generally praised as intuitive, initial implementation takes some time and hands-on setup to get right. But what if your biggest headache isn't OKRs at all? If your review process itself is the problem, the next tool takes a completely different approach by obsessing over one thing: reviews. PerformYard, best for customizable review cycles without the bloat. If you're narrowing down performance management software built purely for reviews, no extra modules, no bloat, PerformYard's whole philosophy is do one thing exceptionally well. And that thing is performance reviews. You can mix annual, quarterly, monthly, and project-based review cycles in a single platform, with AI Review Assist now built in to surface summaries and help managers write more consistent feedback. It's genuinely praised for customer support. Reviewers consistently call out dedicated reps who rework forms and streamline rollouts, and at $5 to $10 per user per month, it's roughly half the price of heavier enterprise tools. The limitation is scope. Engagement surveys and analytics are noticeably thinner than dedicated engagement platforms. Goal tracking is more basic than OKR-first tools, and some Capterra reviewers report being locked into multi-year contract terms with limited exit options. That raises an interesting question, though. What if the real problem isn't your review forms, but what happens between reviews? That's exactly the habit the next platform was designed to build. 15.5. Best for weekly check-ins and manager coaching habits. 15.5 flips the annual review model on its head. Instead of one big evaluation at year-end, Employees spend about 15 minutes on a weekly check-in, and managers spend 5 minutes responding, building a running record of wins, blockers, and moods that make review season a formality rather than a scramble. One customer, Craig Toole, used the weekly cadence to cut annual turnover by more than 20%. The high five recognition feature lets anyone publicly celebrate a colleague. OKR tracking is embedded directly into the weekly rhythm, so adoption stays high. And pulse surveys come with industry benchmarking built in. Trade-off? The entire system depends on managers actually reading and responding every week. If that habit breaks down, the tool goes down quite fast. That works well until your workforce is spread across multiple countries. Then coaching is only half the equation, because payroll, compliance, and performance all need to work together. That's where the next platform comes in. Deel, best for global teams that want HR and payroll under one roof. Deel earned this reputation as the go-to platform for hiring and paying people in 150-plus countries without opening a local entity. And its performance module, Deel Engage, bundles goal setting, 360-degree feedback, and calibrated ratings right next to payroll and contracts. So performance data doesn't live in a separate system from the rest of the employee record. For a distributed team spread across a dozen countries, having compliance, payroll, and performance reviews in one login is a genuine convenience most dedicated performance tools simply can't offer. The catch? Deel Engage is an add-on starting at around $20 per employee per month on top of core HR pricing. And by Deel's own users' accounts, the performance tools cover the basics well, but don't go nearly as deep as dedicated platforms. No advanced calibration workflows, no deep analytics layer. Each platform clearly solves a different problem. So instead of remembering 7 feature lists, let's narrow it down to which type of team each one actually fits best. Sounds like a lot of weight? Let's bring it together. Here's a quick recap of what we've seen so far. BambooHR is the easy, affordable starting point if you're still running performance out of spreadsheets. Lattice is built for enterprise scale if budget isn't the constraint. PeopleBox is the pick if OKRs are your whole religion. PerformYard nails reviews specifically without extra weight. 15.5 builds the weekly coaching habit that makes review season painless. And Deel makes sense if global payroll is the primary problem and performance is a nice bonus. So which one should you actually choose? The answer depends on where your biggest bottleneck is. And here's the simplest way to think about it before you make a decision. If you got value from this comparison, here's how to actually use it. If you're ready to stop running performance management out of a spreadsheet and email threads, click through the PeopleGoal's 14-day free trial link below. You can have your first OKR cycle and review workflow live before your coffee gets cold. Now, a quick question for you. Do you enjoy running your performance review cycle? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I'll send you tricks to make it even smoother or exact resources to fix it. If this helped you see your options more clearly, like it. Share it with the HR lead in your life who's still managing performance in a spreadsheet. And subscribe
For more practical ways to build a team that actually grows instead of just gets reviewed.
Let's build a team people actually want to grow in. See you in the next one.